Turn me on. I'm going to ask Mr. Cruz-Mata to offer a prayer for our meeting.
Yes, sir. For those who are in agreement, let's bow our heads. Let us pray. Dear Father, first and foremost, I invite you to be part of this meeting, to be amongst us, to provide guidance and wisdom. Lord, I ask to be with our SWTX family, especially those who currently lost their loved ones, those who are battling sickness and fatigue. Lord, comfort them, fortify them, and be by their side. In the Bible, you mentioned that you are the comforter, to cast all burdens unto you, and you will sustain us. We are asking, we are knocking, and we are seeking. Hear our prayers and be with them. Thank you for hearing our prayers. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Now 6 o'clock, we'll open the meeting. We begin by recognizing our guests, including Vanessa Villarreal, Jose Almaraz, Wade Carpenter, Ismael Martinez, Danny Martinez, Bonnie Herndon, Al Salinas, Cruz Mata, Derek Sandoval, Armando Madrigan, Aubrey Haynes, Michael Bailey, Simona Ortiz, Mark Underwood, Landa Fowler, Randa Shell, David Satterwhite, Lisa Ernest, Steve Martinez, Aida Escamilla, Judy Estrada, April Rosenberg Risa, Roxana Linan, Connie Buchanan, Cup Garabedian, and Sarah Morales. Have I missed anybody? Welcome. Next on the list, we have an audience to patrons.
Yes, sir, we have one, Mr. David Satterwhite on item number 10.
Evening. Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all's nomination at the last meeting. Y'all did take a little bit of heat on that on Facebook. My apologies for that, but that wasn't me. So I'm here to ask you tonight for the votes for the Real Central Appraisal District up in Real County. All right. I know y'all have 390 votes to cast from there, and I'd kind of like to be greedy and ask for all of them. It looks like I'm going to need all of them to remain in contention for the race this year. I know you also nominated Mr. Brad Hart, who comes from the county commissioners. They have 1,827 votes to allocate, so they've kind of got me beat on that one already. So just asking for your 390 if you can see it for it. If you have any questions for me or any concerns, feel free to ask me. And that's all I'm here for tonight. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you for addressing us.
I think we have another person.
I filled it out and left it
Oh,
over there, so.
Mr. Simon Ortiz on item number 8.
Good evening. My name is Simon Ortiz. I am also a nominee or listed on the ballot for the Uvalde County Appraisal District, and I'm also here asking for your support. I am a Uvaldean, and in fact, one of the members on the board was a teammate of mine in the Uvalde Coyote team. I'm not going to say which one, so I don't want to date anybody. I'm with one of the younger guys, actually. I am a Uvaldean, graduated in '76, went off to college in Angelo State. I know another alumni. There you go. Went off, got a degree in accounting, my certificate in accounting. Went off to do my career. Had a business, a successful business in the Valley for 30 years. 3 years ago, decided to retire and come back home. I've been a homeowner in Uvalde since 2000. So I'm still have been a long-time Uvaldean. And I'm here to ask for your support. Also, I need your votes to really see if I can help my community. Use the knowledge that I have and the time. I want to commit the time that it takes to research and be able to make a difference in those meetings that the UCAD board has. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Now we begin with reports. Business office technology.
Bonnie Herndon.
Good evening. Can y'all hear me? Okay, good. I'm Bonnie Herndon, as many of y'all know. I am the professor and coordinator for the Business Office Technology Program, and I appreciate y'all letting me be here to tell you about the program. I've been here this is my 17th year doing this, and we've been building the program for some time, and I think we're always evolving. It is an important industry. It is an important part of our business communities. So let me just get started. He promised me there was a down button. Okay, there we go. So what do we teach? Basically, we teach everything that encompasses like an administrative assistant position or executive assistant. We teach all of the Microsoft Office suite, and we put particular focus on Access, Microsoft Word, Excel, and Outlook and PowerPoint. Now that Microsoft Office is evolving, there's a lot of proficiencies as far as those softwares have always worked together, but now for any business, of course, to be efficient, which is so important for profit, we have to know how to use that technology integrated to be able to do things efficiently. So we put a lot of emphasis on those. We do also just like regular business correspondence, and we do intro to accounting and QuickBooks as well. QuickBooks is something that our business community owners have told us that they are very interested in individuals that have accounting information or a background in also QuickBooks. We also cloud platforms. That's a huge thing now. Of course, we don't always tell everybody don't keep everything on your computer on site. It needs to be on cloud because of backing up. So we don't lose things when they're in the cloud. And also we do customer service, which is a very needed skill now. So we go from traditional skills. Matter of fact, I was just blessed to be able to participate in a welcome workshop for people that teach and coordinate for similar programs to ours. And it's like some of the old courses that we had to archive were like 10 key, working with calculators and that sort of thing. Oh, can you imagine teaching an entire semester now on how to operate a calculator? I mean, used to, of course, that was a great skill. We don't do that anymore. So we've had that digital transition, and of course, most employers would want that same individual to know how to use Excel instead of a calculator. So there is a strong regional demand. I can tell you that our graduates get hired sometimes before they ever finish the program. A lot of times, matter of fact, we've made the first year of the program so strong, especially with the technology and everything, that a lot of times our students get hired right after the first year. And so you'll see that later that we don't necessarily get them back. And that's for a second year, and that's because they're already in the workplace typically. So there are a great number of positions that are available. The average salary is $38,000, and that would be probably a local number. Now that's probably actually anywhere else in the larger cities that would probably be a starting position. 92% job placement. It is just a very needed skill. Okay, here's our enrollment numbers, and you can see, okay, the very last one on the right, if you would just realize that one is actually this current year, it's 25-26, and of course we haven't even gone into the spring semester yet. So that is like half of, or approximately half of what this one will be. So that one is not a true comparison to the other numbers, but you can see for the first 4 years in this graph, the numbers have gone up. We have had a lot of dual credits come in and want this program and want their students to be able to get the certifications. TEA has changed some of their requirements, so we're working with the school districts on that. And I broke it out as far as the enrollment, and you can see in the third year, the green bars, how much on the left is the dual credit, and on the right is the regular college students. Most of our regular college students are actually non-traditional students. They're students, a lot of times, their parents that their child has just started school, so now we've got some extra time, so they may be coming back and saying, what can I do to get a better job? How can I improve myself? And again, that last bar on the right, you can see that is this academic year, so it's not complete data. Ethnicity, our ethnicity numbers pretty much reflect our communities, largely Hispanic. And gender, as is traditional in administrative assistant roles, we do have a lot of females in the program. We are getting more and more males, though. It's becoming more acceptable. Another thing that I broke out of the data was the Pell Grant recipients, because when I originally first got the data, it looked like half of the enrollment weren't Pell recipients. Well, we know that isn't our typical college enrollment. So what I did was I broke it out then, and the reason for that was that the dual credit was skewing those numbers. So once we take that out, then yes, the majority of our regular college students are Pell Grant recipients, and we want that to be. The only thing I would say about that as far as our regular college students is because a lot of times these are non-traditional students that come back and they don't necessarily have the courage and, well, I shouldn't say courage. They don't necessarily have the self-confidence to come in and take an entire load of courses. So they'll come in and they'll take 2, maybe 3 courses. And if it's not enough for a full load of 12 hours, then of course they don't qualify for Pell Grants. The overall course completion, and these are the numbers for that. I can tell you the first year is rigorous. They work a lot. There's a lot of assignments. I do believe in the way that you build skills is by using them. And so they have a lot of work that they have to do. They also do certification testing, industry certification testing for Microsoft Office for the softwares that I named previously. Okay, so supporting student success, and we put a lot of work into this. Personalized mentoring, we like to talk to each of the students, and of course we have our success coaches where they talk to them about what they need, what their needs are and such. I also personally work with them to try to make sure that they can be successful. Real world experience, we work with our community businesses so that they can do internships in our computer in our businesses and get those hands-on experience. I just talked about the industry certifications. We do both Microsoft Office Specialist, that's MOS certifications, and also QuickBooks certifications. And we prepare them and we test them for those. And we use test prep software and stuff to get them as ready for that as possible. And again, a lot of work goes into that. They really have to put a lot of effort into it. The technology access, I can say, this is nothing, this is kudos to our college and to this board that y'all have provided laptops that they can check out at the libraries. And this has been so beneficial to my students because so many times they'll come in and they don't have the, and so if they don't have the equipment at home that they need, then they would have to come to campus and do all of their work on campus. But having the laptops, the Windows laptops that they can check out and take home with them makes a huge difference. It makes it also where a lot of students that are working full-time jobs, they can still do it because they have families, they have a lot of things going on. So that has been a wonderful resource. And I really want to deeply thank all of you for your decision-making in those. Career services, we'll talk a little bit more about that too, but we work on resumes. We work on how to get ready for interviews and how to get noticed. Obviously, one of the best ways to get noticed though now currently is through the industry certifications. If you have industry certifications and you can put that on your resume or CV or whatever you want to call it, then obviously that is going to be a big notice. That's something that people really want. Okay, I did isolate one year, the 23-24 certification results, and this is including our dual credit students, but you can see here our results as far as the different certifications and how well students did. These are, of course, difficult, and especially like the Microsoft Excel expert and the Word Excel expert. Access is also an expert level. So that is but it's hugely beneficial. I can tell you, talking with employers, they really, really want, especially students with Excel experience. TEA is now requiring the Excel expert for school districts to get, I'm not really sure exactly what it is they get, but they get some sort of accreditation or some sort of credit for students taking the expert level. So they've moved forward in that, and we work toward that. Industry partnerships. This is something that's new to the BOT program, and we have started making it where we want our partnership. We've always had informal partnerships, but we've now this year just started doing it in a formal partnership. And one thing, we just, October 30th, we just had our advisory committee meeting. And during that meeting, our first partner, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, which has over 700 employees now, is our first partner for the BOT program. They have always been a very, very strong informal partner. But one thing that I did in the partnership also is that I requested that they allow us to not only say that they are our partner, but also to use their name and their logo in our advertisements for the BOT program. And in that way, we both benefit because my students know that here's an employer, a very strong local employer that wants to hire our students. So that makes a really strong bond as far as recruiting students for the BOT program, but also not only that, we are actually recruiting additionally for hospital employees because the hospital will also benefit from it, from BOT being stronger and our graduates being stronger, our graduates knowing that the hospital, pardon me, the hospital is a partner. So I was really happy with that. And we are going to work on other industry partnerships as well, and particularly Eagle Pass and Del Rio. Recruitment amplification, we're always working on recruitment. We travel to the different places and do recruitment. Curriculum alignment, we're always working on aligning. One big thing, of course, is aligning our curriculum to the industry standards for the certification testing. There is experiential learning, of course, when they actually go and do their internships, and that employment pipeline, any of our partnerships, both formal and informal. And looking ahead, we want to expand our partnership network. We want to continue to increase our student enrollment. We want to enhance technology integration, and we want to strengthen regional workforce. And one thing also, the enhancing technology integration, I'm sure y'all know the newest thing is artificial intelligence. And while there are a lot of cons, I mean, one of the things we want students, and employers are telling us they want students that have knowledge and understanding of how to use AI in a very ethical but efficient way, and focusing really on ethics and making sure that we're following security protocols and that sort of thing so that we don't have any issues. So that's one thing that we do want to move forward with. I talked before about things that were like the calculator, the 10-key calculator course. We do have currently a desktop publishing course that Microsoft is archiving their program for that, their software for that. So we are going to be moving that away, and that will be something that we'll be replacing, whether it's with the AI course or something else. But that's where we are on that. And then those are just the sources and references. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I have a question.
Sir.
On your overall course completion, it's 38%. What has it been in the past on the average?
I don't know that right away.
Has it been about this amount, do you think, or?
The overall course completion, I think it has stayed pretty steady. This is what you're
Right,
referring to, right? Okay. I think it has stayed pretty steady, except for, of course, the dual credit students are typically more successful, not always, but, and depending on, you know, the sport that they have at their school district, but typically they're more successful than our non-traditional students are. As we know, non-traditional students, when they come in, they don't, again, have that confidence necessarily. So, but I mean, we work on building that. I've had students come in, years back, I had a student come in that the first day of class, I was face-to-face at the time, and she came into my office afterwards, and she literally sat down and cried, and she said, I don't think I can do this. And she was a mom with like a teenage daughter at home. And I talked her through it. I said, yes, you can do this. And I actually was a non-traditional student myself. I came back in my mid-30s with 4 kids at home. So I understand their feelings when they come to school. But anyway, I talked her through it, and she said, okay, she finished the BOT program, got her Associates of Applied Science, came back, got her associate's degree, went and got her bachelor degree, and now she has an MBA. So we just ended up being that push. She just needed that push. And so often that's what it is. You know, it's just a confidence factor. And just to let them know that I tell them that they need to work really hard. If they work really hard, then what will happen is what takes them a long time to begin with, they're going to get faster and faster with their coursework, and then they'll be okay. And most of them are fine with working hard. But again, as far as course completion, I think the dual credit students, just because partly because they're already familiar with the technologies and they're already typically using it, sometimes they're a little more successful.
And one other thing on the partnerships, you said you're working with Memorial Hospital, so your goal is to maybe work with the hospital in Maverick County and Del Rio also, and use the same model that you're using now with our hospital here?
Using any model that they would like to work with us. As far as the logo and using their name, that was optional. There was a part of it where they could completely opt out of that. I was really glad that Uvalde Memorial opted in because, like I said, I think it's a win-win for both of us. Whatever we can do to partner with them, I think is a win-win for both of us. So yes, but not only the hospitals, like the school districts, the clinics, a lot of any place that employs administrative assistants. Actually, Uvalde Memorial has stepped up to do actually even more with us because they are currently, they've got 3 of their staff members that are taking full courses with us now. And then also they are doing workforce. We're going to do some workforce training for actually their mid-management. So as far as efficiency and, you know, all the things that we've talked about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you. Excellent report. Appreciate that. Next on our list, we have a commencement schedule update.
Steve Martinez will give us the update.
Good evening, President Gonzalez, board members, and our guests. On behalf of the Registrar's Office, my name is Steve Martinez, and I'm here to provide some information on December 25 commencement. So this year we'll be in the community of Del Rio. The location venue that we're going to be using is the Civic Center. It is a little bit less capacity than what we had using the Trade Center in Eagle Pass. So therefore, also because of the interest that we have in students wanting to apply and participate for December, we're going to be having 2 ceremonies. So the first ceremony is scheduled for 4 p.m., which we're planning to have 126 graduates participating. And the second ceremony is going to be at 7 p.m., where we're expecting 113. Similar to Eagle Pass last year, we have distributed 6 tickets to each graduate to hand out to their family and friends. And we are also going to have kind of a smaller cap on our participation for our faculty and staff, just so we can maximize the amount of family and guests that the graduates can have. So that was kind of some numbers that we're looking at to have. So some information about the venue itself. It you know, externally looking from the outside, it is a large venue, but they have it split into 2 rooms, known unofficially as, you know, the big room and small room. So one of the rooms will be used primarily as for the main ceremony that we're going to have. And then the other room will be used as a check-in station prior to the ceremony. And then post-ceremony is where the families and graduates can meet up to take photos with the backdrops that we'll have with our college logos. So that way they have mementos to take care of, you know, with family and friends as we prepare for the next ceremony. So if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to entertain those questions.
We having a bus leave from here again, like we did last time, faculty, board and all that?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Do we know what time the bus will leave?
My understanding is it's probably gonna be early afternoon, likely just after lunch. Yeah, doors will be opening at 2:30 p.m. to the general public for the 4 p.m. ceremony.
We'll reach out to y'all with the times and where to meet. And
Do we recommend someone? Do we recommend a member of the board?
we have it further down on the agenda.
Correct. Yes, I'll be standing by to gather that information and provide you with an updated draft for our ceremony programs.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Appreciate that report. Next, we have a construction update.
Derek, now?
Good evening, Dr. Watkins, Dr. Gonzalez, board members. It's a pleasure to share with you our November construction report. However, tonight I will not be doing the report. This gentleman right here, he's our maintenance director. His name is Al Salinas. He's been with the college for 5 years. He's done fantastic work. His footprint is on the Uvalde campus in Eagle Pass, Del Rio, and Crystal City. So just wanted Al to share with you a little bit, and he will do tonight's report.
All right, good evening. So our construction report in our major expansions in Eagle Pass, our HVAC at the Chittum campus. Currently, we have contractors have already done subgrading. It was discussed at our last meeting. The beams have been dug out. The rebar was being put in place as of yesterday. We are waiting on the water tap for our landscape and for our main where we're tapping in. The city has put out landscaping. Being so minimal, we might need to add a meter. So that's part of the requirements that the city's Eagle Pass beautification has asked from us. The electrical stub outs have been already in place. The vapor, which is the plastic that goes below the concrete, that's already in place as of yesterday. So just to update what we have on our screen. So everything is going. I know they had some trouble with some equipment, but they're back on track. We're a couple of days ahead of schedule at the Eagle Pass campus.
Good.
The building was received last Friday, so it's already in a laydown area there at the Chittum. So all the I-beams, the tin is already in place. We have some pictures here that actually put the layout. This one here is for we're going to have water shed from the building towards the back to the retention pond. So these markings here kind of lay it out towards the veterinarian clinic that's next door. If you'll see here, this is the waterway, and it'll make its way towards the back. Our next slide, that's kind of where it shows where they're digging out. That'll be the beams for the concrete on that slide there. The spoils, or what they dig out, we will utilize that and use it at our annex instead of it being removed from the campus at the Chittum. It'll be moved to the annex and be part of where the CDL program now has their trailers. We will expand that using the material that was removed from the Chittum. They will use their own trailers. CDL instructor, Mr. Talamantes, said that they'd be glad to utilize their trucks and their students as training. So they'll bring that equipment, that material. He said probably, sometime in January. So once we're wrapping up and they've done the foundation or the pour of the concrete of the slab, then they'll start moving that material over. And there you see the plumber where he is stubbing out for the bathrooms there. We got 2 floor drains in both labs. And if you see a white pipe is for plumbing, green is for wastewater or sewer. Any questions on our on our Eagle Pass Chittum? In our Del Rio welding and carpentry science, we were ahead of the project in Eagle Pass, but Del Rio, the general contractor, has their plumber that they had scheduled 3 weeks ago is scheduled to start next week. Is what he told me yesterday. With the holiday, I don't know how much work they'll do, so they're probably going to push us back. They were ahead, but they're going to put us right at schedule. They did the electrical trenching for the pad mount transformer. That was done. One thing that they did do is that they tied into the water from an existing fire hydrant off of building M, and they ran it back towards our building that required a fire hydrant, and they tied in off to the subdivision off of Letty Street. So what that has done is that has made our fire line, or, for our fire hydrants, has made it from a private to a public. So in the long run, it'll be maintained by the city of Del Rio, which will not cost us, where we could save money on that through certifications of our backflow preventers and all that. So that might not be a bad thing. But that was on them, on the city of Del Rio. We have relocated a sidewalk that was coming off of building E, and we are going to relocate it to right on the side of building H, and that will make it to where it's going to be more friendly for the people that are in the main campus, kind of make their way to the sports court. We will run a second IT conduit. In building H, there's no fiber, so that is one other thing that's been changed there. So similar to the one in Eagle Pass at the Chittum, they've also got everything trenched out. Of course, until they stub out their plumbing, they will not put their rebar down on the ground. Now, with the material that they're pulling out, or they've gotten out of the ground that they've dug out, we will use that as part of our retention pond in the back of the property for water. That you'll see that water line I was talking about, with the fire hydrant coming off of building M through the easement. There you'll see that the rebar is waiting. It's already been tied, ready to go down in the ground. Okay, we're moving down. Oh, yeah. Anyway, the other slides will show where it actually ties into the fire hydrant. That's in? Okay, good.
Okay, good.
There it was. Waiting. Questions on our construction?
Thank you, Al.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate that. Next on the agenda, we have the Crystal City Coalition update.
Armando Mondragon will present that.
Always a problem. Good evening, board president, board members, Dr. Gonzalez. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about the Crystal City Coalition and the work that we've been doing over the past month. Dr. Gonzalez gave me the opportunity to represent the college at the Crystal City Coalition retreat at Tapatio Springs, and then again in Crystal City when I went to present to the community everything that the college has to offer. So at the retreat that we had, or workshop that we had at Tapatio Springs, we had a representative from Puerto Verde Holdings come and present to us about the expansion that is going on in Eagle Pass regarding international trade. So Eagle Pass is looking to expand the ports of entry, which is going to lead to more import and export. In the information that he gave us from the Texas department that's in charge of import and export, we saw that we're expecting at least a 4.5 time growth over what we're bringing in exporting and importing over the port of Eagle Pass. And again, these were numbers that he presented and he highlighted. They were 2024 numbers. We already surpassed the prediction for 2024. So the number that we're going to increase our import and export by 4.5 times is probably going to be greater than that. With that, what Puerto Verde is expecting is that we're going to bring 105,000 new jobs to Maverick County and 28,000 new jobs to Zavala County. So in that, the community sees the college as a very strong partner in being able to absorb or being able to train the workforce that is necessary in that area. They were very, very appreciative of our presence and our expansion there. They mentioned our brand new welding program that we started offering this fall. We also have a medical billing and coding that's going on, and then a PCT program that we started in the spring. We'll have our first cohort of Crystal City graduates graduate in December. And in that, it was a very touching story because I went to that retreat or the workshop, and I had students that are currently in those programs. One of those students was a stay-at-home mom, mother of 3, hadn't been to college or school in a long time, and because of the opportunities that the board, Dr. Gonzalez, are giving the community of Crystal City, she was able to get back, and she will be one of our Crystal City PCT graduates in December. So kudos to us and the board and the college as a whole. The areas that we saw for high demand that they end up highlighting are surveying, engineering, construction, heavy equipment, welding, which we have there, safety, customs, trucking, warehousing, retail, hospitality, and management. And then CDL is also going to be a huge, huge draw for that area as well. Because of the work that we've done with the coalition, we've actually been able to expand that way, where now they're interested in us offering a pilot program for CDL there in Crystal City. So good work there. They're also interested in us bringing a bus driver licensing for CDL as well. And they also expressed a lot of excitement with the new facility that we're hoping to bring for the workforce and the tech programs in 2026. That was well received. I also presented the workforce Pell that we're hoping to get more guidance on here to start in fall of 26. So that is going to allow for students in short-term programs. So for the workforce that right now are currently not eligible for Pell, with that expansion, it would encompass those students. We'd be able to bring them on in that way. It'll help them with that cost. And then I also highlighted Kate's Cowboy Promise. A lot of the people in the community were really excited about that. They came and grabbed as many flyers as we could. VP Mata was there with me, and it was a good show of commitment that the college has to, obviously, the area there. Does anybody have any questions for me on any of that?
Where is the 28,000 jobs that you talk about for Zavala County? Where's that number coming from?
The jobs, so that is a number that a professor that Puerto Verde hired, and also from the State Department here in Texas. Those are the numbers that they ended up proposing to Puerto Verde Holdings, 28,000. And they're supposed to be, again, in the customs area, CDL, warehousing, definitely warehousing, because what's supposed to happen is that we're supposed to expand. Highway 57 is supposed to turn into 4 lanes from Eagle Pass all the way up to I-35. And then with that expansion as well, they're looking at adding now I-27, which will be an interstate that'll go from Laredo, Eagle Pass, Del Rio, and then straight shot all the way up to Abilene and all the way up north. So again, it's going to be a lot of growth in the area, but definitely a lot of jobs.
So how many years into the future are we talking about?
So Puerto Verde kept highlighting that they're looking at 2 years for them to start all this process, to be able to start construction.
That's
what they-
including the new bridge? That's
So-
including the new bridge that they're gonna build?
So Eagle Pass is looking to expand the current bridge too, and then if everything is going according to what Puerto Verde was telling us, and they get approved, that would be essentially a third bridge, but dedicated only to commercial traffic.
Do you know if there's been funding approved at the state level for that third bridge?
So that's going to be private. It's going to be a privately
Ah.
owned bridge in that area, and it's going to be in the Seco Mines area of Eagle Pass. But they've already gotten the presidential permit. I think the issue that they were having was on the Mexican side, and at the end of, actually, on October the 10th, they ended up getting approval from the Mexican side for them to start moving forward with that.
You know, I've been trying to keep up with everything that is happening.
Mhm.
And the Surface Transportation Board
Yes,
is the one that's going to do the final approval.
yes, yes.
But as of yet, you know, it's not on their docket yet.
Not yet, not yet. And what Puerto Verde emphasizes that they were going to focus on the Mexican side because they have so much more work. It's going to be about 23 miles of road and highway that they have to build on that side versus on this side where it would just be 1 to 3 miles where they just have to connect straight from the Mexican side to this way. Because they're looking at expanding rail and also the commercial bridge as well. Yes.
So 2 years construction on the Mexican side or the American side?
So they're looking at starting construction hopefully within the next year. And within 2 years, they're hoping to start the American side construction.
And what about the expansion of Highway 57?
So Highway 57, I know that the dollars have already been allocated to Highway 57. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen.
You know, as far as, you know, TxDOT had prioritized, you know, Highway 57.
Yes, yes.
But there's no money allotted as yet. So
From what I understood, the monies had already been allotted to Highway 57.
really, I checked yesterday
Still nothing.
and it's still nothing, you know.
Yeah, that's what they had told us at Puerto Verde that they had the funds for it. So
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah,
they're
and it said, what it said was money's available in the near future, but it doesn't say what the
Like
near
the
future
amount.
is. And it, of course, that money, public monies have to be approved by the
it
legislature,
has to be allotted.
So,
Correct.
you know, so there isn't anything yet.
Good.
And I asked the question, are these two projects a done deal? No,
Yeah.
not yet.
That and again, that all we were doing that at the meeting is just to make a presence and to show Zavala County that the college is willing to grow with them.
Yeah.
Whatever they need, we're there to offer.
Yeah, and I think that we're there.
Yes.
in the right
Yes.
place?
We want to make that, and that was the main point, just to emphasize that we're there to help them grow in whatever they need.
Thank you for attending those two seminars that they put on, because one of them was on a Saturday,
Sure.
which makes it tough, but thank you for going and getting the information. Hopefully it'll come to fruition for
I
them,
don't know who the
and
investors.
for us.
For us,
Trying to
yes.
get in there, and say, who are the investors?
Thank
You
you.
know, yeah, we'll be surprised if todos los
Thank you.
investors in Mexico.
Sounds like a very
But anyway,
great possibility. Next on the agenda, we have the president's report.
Yes, sir. So obviously, I'm not going to read the report to you, but I do want to highlight the third bullet there on your report, that our audit is, for all practical purposes, the audit is complete. All the financial information is done. However, we're waiting on the, it's called the single audit, but it's the federal programs. The auditor needs to receive guidance from the Office of Budget and Management, federal office, on specifics on the single audit. The government closure through a monkey wrench in them in OMB releasing that information to all the auditors. So our auditor can't provide an opinion until he has the guidance, because that opinion is based on that guidance. He's done the compliance testing. He's gone through all the work. Unless there's something drastically different in that compliance document, it'll be ready to go. But he cannot issue an opinion until we have that OMB circular published. Doesn't only impact our institution, it impacts any institution throughout the United States that receives a federal grant. So having said that, we may not have a December board meeting because there's no point in us adopting a draft budget. We need to adopt or accept the official opinion from the auditor. That notice, our intention was to post the notice for that meeting on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. If we've asked the state, because our budgets are due on December 31st, January the 1st, to various state agencies, primarily the coordinating board. We reached out to the commissioner and asked if they have any intention on extending the deadline to February. The TEA commissioner has extended the deadline for schools until February the 1st because of this OMB circular. The co-board hasn't done it as of yet. I'm hoping to receive something tomorrow. Our association met and we asked on behalf of the association for that extension. But regardless whether they grant the extension or not, our auditor can't provide an opinion. He's not going to provide an opinion. The audit numbers look great. Like I said, the work is done, but that's the holdup. So we'll know for sure on Tuesday, but the way it looks is we may not have a December board meeting. We'll just add it to our January board meeting and have the audit presentation then. But I'll keep you posted on that. As far as accreditation, we had our on-site visit, third week in October. It went very well, and no significant issues were raised. They accepted our quality enhancement plan, and we have a report to submit back in about 5-6 weeks. And then, is that right? 5, 6? 5 months, yes, 5 months. Yeah. And they will take an official action in June of 2026. So we've gone through all the major hoops. We just need to dot an I and put a period at the end there. So my report is it went well, and we'll have the official response from them in June of 26. You heard about the engagement with the Crystal City Coalition. We attended a lot of parades, seems like in October. We had homecoming everywhere. Del Rio had the Fiestas de Amistad. We had Veterans Parade. I did have an opportunity to visit with Judge Martinez from LaSalle County, and we did discuss some workforce training opportunities. He was very excited about that, and we'll continue that conversation. Legislative, TACC, the Texas Association of Community Colleges, has appointed me to chair a subcommittee, select committee on property tax legislation during the interim between sessions to kind of get ahead of the game on property tax issues. This last session, there was numerous bills filed attempting to put really draconian limits on community colleges, well, really not just community colleges, on every taxing entity. Right now, we have the ability to increase our rates or our taxes by a maximum of 8%. There were some bills that were worded in such a way that you couldn't raise it at all without going to the voters. There were some bills that said you can't increase your budget unless you had population growth, which would be very detrimental. I mean, your budget is static. Population is really not growing. Costs are going up. But it doesn't take into account investments in, for example, new programs, investments in existing programs, deferred maintenance. So those are the kind of issues that we're tackling in the interim before the next session. And then you have a list there of activities. We do have our Christmas at the college, December 2nd. We have our Christmas luncheon on the 3rd. And then on the 4th through the 6th, we have the invitational basketball tournament. And then, of course, the commencement ceremonies on the 9th. That's all I have, Dr. Ward.
Thank you. I would like to congratulate
question.
those who worked so diligently on this SACS report. I know a lot of you in here in this room spent many hours getting all the information available and having it ready for these people who came to evaluate us. And I just really appreciate that. And I think the whole board would really like to congratulate you.
Thank you.
So thank you for all the work you've done.
Victor had a question.
I had a question. What about Dimmitt County?
Dimmitt County?
You visited Salazar County.
Yeah, I haven't visited Dimmitt yet, but I will make the rounds.
Okay.
Next on our agenda, we have a consider and act on consent agenda for the minutes of the October 16th, 2025 regular board meeting and the financial statement as of October 31st, 2025. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
Do I hear a second?
What are we approving?
Our motion and a second to consider.
Got it?
To vote on the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion passed. Now we need to consider and act on board members to confer degrees.
So we need volunteers for the 4 p.m. and then for the 7 p.m.
Is everybody going to go to the graduation?
Everybody's jumping.
I plan on going, so wherever you want to put me is fine.
Would you like to present the degrees on the 4 o'clock meeting or the 7 o'clock meeting? Which would you prefer?
We're gonna be there.
So 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. How's that?
So you do the 4 o'clock and Tony do the 7 o'clock. Thank you. That takes care of that situation. Now I have to consider and act on a resolution to cast votes for individuals.
Can we do a motion for that?
Oh, we need a motion.
Motion to have Dr. Rivera the 4 p.m. and Mr. Moreno for the 7 p.m.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll move.
Yeah.
Anybody second the motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Next, we consider and act on a resolution to cast votes for individuals to serve as directors of the Uvalde County Appraisal District.
Yes, sir. We have 240 votes to allocate for Uvalde County. And the candidate list is on the 3rd page there. We have Abelardo Lalo Castillo, Howard Kingsbury, Alan Claus, Tony Moreno, and Simon Ortiz.
So I just want to say a couple of things. One, as you all realize, what the function of the board there is basically to hire and evaluate the chief appraiser, number one. Number two is, of course, to help develop and approve our budget, which at this point I think is 1.6 million or so. And also to make sure that the property valuations are evaluated and are fair for the public and for the taxing entities also. And that they're also in line with the state figures. That's the other thing. We have to come in close to what the state says they're worth. So I currently am the vice president there at the board. Pretty much 100% attendance there. Try and make all the meetings just like I try and make these here. And I think at this point, I'm already on there. I'm kind of the highest one at this point that has gotten all the votes. I have at least 1,000 votes. So at this point, with the votes that we have and we can give here, even if you give them to me at this point, I'm in. So I would like to see us give all the votes to one individual to help him get on board, because I think that he has the background that we need on that board. We are kind of weak on the budget aspects, the financial aspects and all that. And I think Mr. Ortiz has his accounting degree, he has his CPA license and everything else, and we really need him on board. So my recommendation is to cast all our votes for Mr. Ortiz, and I'll be glad to make that motion. If somebody has any other,
Do we have 200 and whatever votes it is that we can vote for two different candidates? The whole 200 votes, or we just give them to,
I would like to
that's
give
all
him,
votes we have is
I would
two.
like to give him all the votes. We have 240 votes.
My question is, do we have
It's a total vote, sir.
total number of votes for two candidates or three candidates, or just for one?
Yeah,
We only have 218 votes, period.
we have 240.
240, whatever it is.
But I think we need to try and do everything we can to get someone of his caliber to help us in there, because we are pretty weak on the financial aspect of it. I know you know me, I'm kind of weak on the financial aspects, but I would like to see someone on there. I've been on there for about 4 years, and so I see that we do need someone of his caliber there. And so my recommendation is that we give all our votes to Mr. Ortiz.
Make a motion.
Dr. Watkins, I seconded his motion.
Okay. Motion been made and seconded to give all the votes to Mr. Simon Ortiz. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Mr. Simon Ortiz, you get 240 votes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
My
everybody.
knee thanks,
Sounds like you're very well qualified.
my knee thanks you because you fixed it back in.
Our question was, are we allowed 240 votes for two candidates
No, it's 240 votes total.
total?
So
I
you
think
could
la-
give
yeah.
10, 10, and 220.
I think
A total of 240.
last year we voted, all our votes were basically for Mr. Gonzalez, Vicente Gonzalez, to get him on board, and because of us, he's on board and he's done an excellent job there, so. And I think Mr. Ortiz will do the same.
We expect it. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you for running, and thank you for presenting your interest. Next on the agenda, we have to consider an act on a resolution to cast votes for individuals to serve as directors of the Uvalde County Appraisal District Board.
Yes, sir. So item number 9, on the third page, we have a total of 352 votes for Zavala County, and we have 7 candidates: Elizabeth Tovar, Eusebio Salinas, Cruz Mata, Victor Bonilla III, Vince Martinez, Anthony Gallegos, and Anderlen Marquez.
I would like to make a motion that we split the vote between Cruz Mata and Vince Martinez, 176 votes for each.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded to allow our votes half and half to Cruz Mata and Vincent Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Half our votes go to Vince Martinez and half to Cruz Mata. Next, we have a motion to consider an act on a resolution to cast votes for individuals to serve as director of the Real Central Appraisal District.
Yes, sir. This is item number 10. Again, on the third page, you'll see that we have a total of 390 votes, and the candidates are Billy Frank Collins, Tammy Dugat, Brenda Gonzalez, Brad Hart, David Prather, and David Satterwhite.
I recommend that we stay with our nominations, the two, and split the vote.
I just have one comment. I think
Okay.
that Mr. Satterwhite had said something that Mr. Brad Hart already has enough votes.
Well,
Is
the
that
county
correct?
has not had their meeting,
He brings in county commissioners and they have 1,820 votes. Yeah. So he's
But-
far more than the other one. Yeah.
but they haven't had their meeting, David.
No, they have. He's had that many votes. Yeah.
I
Do we
so
have
move
an-
that we give it to David Satterwhite, give our total to David Satterwhite to help him stay on there. He's passionate about what he does and he wants it, and he's been gracious enough to come and tell us twice to vote for him.
So your motion is to cast the 390 votes for Mr. Satterwhite?
Yes, sir.
No, I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to allow the 390 votes for Mr. David Satterwhite. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion
Aye.
carried. Mr. Satterwhite gets 390 votes. Next on the agenda, we have to consider, we're going to go into closed session. We have to consider personnel matters. The board will convene in closed session in accordance with Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.074, to consider employment-related matters.
Let's see, who turned them off here? I've got me on, yeah. I'm learning.
We'll open again the open meeting. Any further business to discuss?
No, sir.
Then I need a motion to adjourn
I move we adjourn.
and a motion to second. Motion been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Let's eat.